Oh, hi, I'm Dan. I'm a not-so-new library trustee, and I'm beginning to think, I don't know what I'm doing. I know I'm supposed to be an advocate for the library, but I just don't know what it is I'm supposed to be doing. For the past few months, I've been talking up the library with everyone that I saw. I carried my sign, I wore my sandwich board, everywhere I went, all over town. I wore it to church, wore it to the rodeo, wore it to the store. In fact, the only response I got, other than a few odd looks, was when I wore it to the children's daycare, and they just thought I was a magician or a clown or something, and they clapped until I tripped and fell on my way out. Then they laughed. I'm frustrated. I don't think my advocating is doing any good. And to be honest with you, if I don't start seeing some support for the library, I'm just going to stop advocating altogether. Since I couldn't understand why I wasn't getting support for the library with all my hard work, well, I decided to call my Aunt Mary because she's been a library director for 30 years. I had to air out my frustrations.
No, we told you. Just call us anytime. Uh-huh. All right. Bye-bye. Dan is a sweet, sweet boy, but he's like a bull in a china shop sometimes. I told Dan that he should not stop advocating for the library because public libraries are a vital part of the community. They are driven by the effort to support lifelong learning for everyone. That means libraries find real value in supporting everything from reading programs for toddlers to teen centers to topical programs for senior citizens. Libraries serve as community information centers. They support school-age students in their education and assist the budding entrepreneur in learning about business planning and marketing. Library board members are the ones who advocate for continuing these popular and useful services, as well as advocating for the introduction of other programs and services to attract residents who don't use the library.
Libraries have to compete with other agencies and local government for funding and resources. Because the public libraries in the state must work within the funding available to the county, a case must be continually made for a workable budget for library operations, services, and functions. The library board needs to argue for increases to the budget to offset the rising cost of operating the library, including providing technology and online resources expected by residents and to ensure employees are paid fairly. Exclusive dependency on taxes for funding the library will not suffice. Wyoming's history has shown that booms and busts will occur and other funding sources are important in both the state's good times and in those challenging times. The library board needs to continually encourage and develop a strong and effective library foundation for meeting the special needs of the library. The foundation is the conduit to develop additional advocates as it develops an endowment, funds special equipment and services, and makes the community proud of itself and its library.
Library boards also need to be the promoters and defenders of libraries at the state and national level. When the library community or the legislature takes the initiative to propose a bill that will either assist or deter libraries, the board needs to let their local legislators and committee members know where it stands on the proposal. Because Wyoming's state legislative sessions are relatively short, discussion among the board with the director and communications to legislators must be done quickly. Regular legislative briefings help keep members informed and ready to act.
Members of the library board are in the best position to speak freely about successes, challenges, and opportunities facing the library since they were appointed by the county commissioners to do just that.
Dan's director may be well versed in library philosophy and services, but she can often be seen as the insider protecting her design of what the library is and can become. Board members can be effective advocates if they do a few simple things.
Board members need to keep well informed about library issues such as funding, censorship, internet filtering, and information literacy.
The board should make a point of getting to know the officials who have the decision-making power, including city, county, and state officials who are the power brokers.
I reminded Dan that board members have a leadership role in the community because they were appointed to the library board. They should tell all of their political and social contacts success stories about the library and use that network to get the resources that the library needs.
Board members could attend the annual Wyoming Library Association legislative reception held in Cheyenne. This is an especially important time to thank legislators for current and past support of libraries and to talk about local issues. Additionally, board members should attend the Wyoming Library Association's annual conference to learn more about library operations and to sit in on the special sessions offered for trustees.
I told Dan that as a board member, he should represent the library wherever he goes. This includes being well informed on library programs and operations. He should also listen to the community and relay any issues or questions back to the board and the director for the discussion.
Board members should always be prepared to talk to anyone about good things that the library is doing. I told Dan that he should come up with a few key messages that he feels comfortable talking about. Dan should know about at least one upcoming library program, an outreach success story, and a few needs of the library. This will allow him to advocate the library to anyone he meets. I told Dan that advocacy is not difficult to do. He should continue to talk up the library even if he can't see an immediate result. Advocacy takes time and often pays off in unexpected ways.
After talking with my Aunt Mary and Uncle Jack, I feel much better about my role as an advocate. I know that I was advocating correctly. I just don't think I was advocating to the right people. In fact, I plan on advocating down at the town council meeting tonight. Then after that, I'm going to head over to the local playhouse during intermission, because, you know, influential people like Shakespeare and artsy kind of stuff. And then, tomorrow, I should wear my sandwich board to the funeral for the mayor. Oh, I might even go to the wake tonight.
Here are some questions to think about. Why should the director not be the only advocate for the library? If you don't like asking for money, what other ways can you advocate for the library? What are 3 key messages about your library that you can use when advocating?